When we left, or I last left you guys, we just imported a picture or put a picture into our website, and the picture was very large. Okay? In fact, it was probably too large for what we wanted in our website. So I'm going to show you in this video how to change the size of that image, and there's a couple things that we need to be careful of. But first, let's go look again at the image and how to put the image in. Remember what we did right here. We put in img src equals, and we put in the name of the image, what we called the image, and the first thing we have to remember is to put the file extension. So that .jpg right there, we need to make sure that that's on the end of every image we put in. Now it's not always going to be a .jpg, it might be a .gif if you're using a GIF, it might be a .png if you're using a bitmap or a PNG file. But you need to have that dot whatever the file extension is. Most likely, most often, it's going to be a .jpg, but just make sure that you have that file extension. The second thing that we need to be careful of is we need to make sure that that image is in the same folder as our HTML notepad document. Okay, so remember, create folders for every new website that you create so you can put images in that folder and they stay there and you're not looking all over for them. We need to add an alt tag too. That's just good practice. So if the picture doesn't come up, people know what the picture was about. Okay? We're done as far as this goes now. So I'm going to minimize this, and when we change the picture, what we're going to do is we're going to change the picture using a different program. I'm going to use Photoshop. There are other programs you can use, but let me show you in Photoshop because I know we have it here and you have it. So I'm going to open up Photoshop. I already have it opened up, but for you guys here at school, you'd go to Start, you'd go to Programs, and this is my laptop, so it's going to look different, but I think we're going to go down here to this. I'm going to go to my Adobe Master Collection. You're going to go to, I think it says Adobe Design Standard. Okay, and then when you open that up, you're going to go down to Photoshop right there. Okay, and that's how we opened up Photoshop. Once you have Photoshop open, you go to File Open. We're going to scroll down to the actual file inside of our folder. So right here, here's a folder for all my tutorials. I listed there's my span tutorial, and this is the tutorial one that I'm using. So I opened up that folder, and so I have my soccer girls in the same folder as my 4 basic tags.html file. I'm going to open up my soccer girls from the folder. Okay, and right now we see that it's a pretty big file because I can go to image and I can go to image size, and we see that it's about 695 pixels, so about 700 pixels wide and about 1,000 pixels tall. I'm going to change that I'm going to reduce it by about a quarter. So I'm going to take it from 700 down to about 150, 175. So when I do that, what it should do is it should change the height of it as well. Okay, so my width is 175. Keep the height the same. We want to keep these constrained because we don't want either short fat pictures or tall skinny pictures. We don't want to get them out of proportion. So as long as you change one and that's got that little link that are linked together, the other one's automatically going to change. I click OK, and then I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to go to Actual Pixels. So that's about the size of my image, okay? And that's about what I want for us. You guys can play around and do whatever size images you want to put in your website, but that's good for mine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a file save. Okay, I'm just going to save this file, and what it's going to do is it's going to change the size in my website. So now here, when I go and refresh my website, there's my picture. Okay? It became smaller because I changed it inside of the same folder that the image was, or the notepad was in. So that's the image that the notepad was using. All right, so pretty simple. Just make sure you're going in the same folder and getting the same image that the notepad sees. Change that image size and then hit refresh, and it should change the image right here. All right, so good luck with that.